Listen to me. There's a point where you got to stop talking about it and start doing it. Everybody wants success, but not everybody wants success. But not everybody is willing to grind for it. You say you want change, you say you want better, but every time life throws a little pressure at you, you fold. You want to know the difference between those who make it happen and those who don't? It's not talent. It's not luck. It's the mindset. The decision that says, no matter what, I'm going to make it happen. Key one, stop waiting. Stop moving. Some of you keep waiting for the perfect moment, the right time, the right people, the right energy. Let me tell you something. There is no perfect time. The perfect time is now. You keep saying, I'll start when I'm ready. You done? But if you wait until you're ready, you'll be waiting forever. Champions don't wait for permission. They take action even when they're scared. They build confidence by doing, not by waiting. You keep saying you're waiting for the right time, the right people, the right opportunity. But let me tell you something real. The perfect moment you're waiting for doesn't exist. There will never be a day when everything lines up exactly how you want. The stars won't align, the path won't suddenly clear, and no one's gonna hand you the chance you think you deserve. Life doesn't work that way. You gotta move with what you have. Every second you spend waiting is another second wasted. Is another second wasted. Every excuse you make is time lost that you can never get back. You're sitting there hoping for something to change, but change doesn't happen by chance. It happens by action. You've got to stop wishing and start working. You've got to stop saying one die, make today the day. So many people talk about what they're going to do. They say, I'm going to start that business. I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to get in shape. But they've been saying it for years. They've talked themselves into a life of waiting. They don't realize that every time they say, I'll do it later, they're building a habit of delay. And the longer you delay, the heavier your dreams become. They start to feel impossible, not because they are, but because you carried them too long without acting on them. Dreams die in hesitation. Action is the oxygen that keeps them alive. You've got to start where you are, with what you have, no matter how small it is. Stop worrying about the tools. Stop worrying about who supports you. Stop worrying about the outcome. Just take the first step. You might not have it all figured out, and that's okay. Nobody ever does. But if you take one step forward today, you're closer than you were yesterday. You can fix a direction once you're moving. You can learn, you can adjust, but you can't steer a parked car. The universe moves when you move. Opportunities show up when you act. Doors open when you knock, not when you wait outside, hoping someone will notice you. People say, what if I fail? And I say, what if you don't even try? The enemy, fear is. Fear will freeze you where you stand and convince you that you're safe for doing nothing. But safety is an illusion. Playing it safe is the quickest way to guarantee regret. You'll never know what could have been if you don't try. You'll never feel the power of your own potential if you keep holding yourself back. Every great story starts with risk. Every champion started from a place of uncertainty. The difference between those who win and those who wish they did is not confidence, it's courage. Courage to take the first step when the path isn't clear. Courage to move even when nobody believes in you. Courage to begin. You gotta make a decision right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when life feels easier. You gotta decide that this is it. You're not waiting anymore. You're not letting fear dictate your pace. You're not letting comfort become your cage. Comfort is nice, but it's the enemy of growth. Nothing great ever came from staying comfortable. The person you want to become, the life you want to live, is on the other side of discomfort. You got to be willing to walk through it. You've got to be willing to sweat, to stumble, to struggle, to keep showing up even when it's hard. Because once you start, momentum builds, movement creates clarity. Every little step forward gives you power, and that power keeps you going. Stop comparing. You're beginning to someone else's middle. You're looking at people who've already been grinding for years and thinking you're behind. You're not behind, you're just beginning. And every master is supposed to begin. Every expert once stood exactly where you are now. Unsure, unprepared, but willing. The willingness to move is more valuable than any talent. Talent without action is wasted potential. Passion without motion is just noise. You've got to put motion behind your word. You've got to prove to yourself that you're serious. Because the universe doesn't respond to words, it responds to work. When you start moving, something shifts inside you. You begin to trust yourself more. You start to realize that you don't need everything to be perfect. You just need to start. That's where the magic happens. The fear doesn't disappear, but your strength grows bigger than your fear. The obstacles don't vanish, but your will becomes stronger than your excuses. Every time you act, you train your mind to believe that action is possible. And the more you act, the more life begins to open up for you. Suddenly, the things that once felt impossible start to feel inevitable because you're not sitting still anymore, you're in motion. So don't wait for inspiration. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for someone to tell you it's time. It's already time. You've had the dream long enough. You've seen the vision long enough. Now it's time to move toward it. Life is going to hit you. It's going to test you in ways you never imagined. You'll wake up some mornings feeling like the whole world is against you. You'll have plans that fall apart, people who let you down, moments that break your heart and test your faith. But listen, that pain you feel right now, that struggle you're fighting through, is not meant to destroy you. It's meant to develop you. Pain is the universe's greatest teacher. Every setback, every disappointment, every scar you carry has a purpose. You can't avoid pain, but you can choose how you respond to it. You can either let it define you or let it drive you. The truth is, growth doesn't happen in comfort. Strength isn't built in the good times. It's forged in the fire. When everything is easy, you don't learn discipline. You don't learn resilience. You don't learn what you're truly made of. You only discover your real power when you're pushed to your limits. When quitting looks easier than continuing, and yet, somehow, you keep going. That's when you grow. That's when the pain transforms into power. Every champion you've ever admired, every success story you've ever heard was built on the back of pain. They didn't get there because life was easy. They got there because they refused to let pain stop them. Sometimes pain will isolate you. It'll make you feel like no one understands what you're going through. You'll look around and wonder why life is so unfair. But here's what you gotta understand. Pain doesn't discriminate. Everybody faces it. The difference between those who rise and those who stay stuck isn't what they go through, but what they do with it. Some people run from pain, trying to numb it, hide it, or escape it. Others face it head on, use it as motivation, and let it fuel their purpose. The pain that once broke them becomes the same force that builds them back stronger. When life hits you, don't cry to quit. Cry to keep going. Cry because you're still fighting. There's strength in that. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control your response. You can choose to keep standing when it hurts. You can choose to find meaning in suffering. You can choose to rise every time you fall. Pain can either be your prison or your power. You decide which one it will be. Every hardship carries a lesson if you're willing to listen. Every heartbreak has wisdom hid inside it. The people who overcome are the ones who look at their pain and ask, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? You gotta learn to use your pain. Let it remind you of your strength. Let it push you to work harder, dream bigger, and never settle. Pain shows up to test your commitment to your goals. When everything feels easy, it's simple to say you want success. But when the struggle comes, when the nights are long, when the results are slow, that's when your character is revealed. Do you give up? Look forward. Because success isn't just built on talent. It's built on talent. It's built on endurance. It's built on the ability to keep walking through the storm when others turn back. There will be days when it feels like nothing is working. You'll be tired, frustrated, and ready to throw in the towel. But those are the exact moments when you're being molded. Those are the moments when life is shaping you into the person you're meant to become. Don't run from the process. Trust it. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Gold is purified through fire. You're no different. The pressure you're under isn't punishment, it's preparation. You're being shaped for something greater. Stop asking, why me? And start asking, what is this teaching me? Because once you change that mindset, everything changes. Pain stops being a burden, it starts being a blessing. You start to realize that every tear, every failure, every moment of doubt was necessary. Without the struggle, you wouldn't have the strength to handle success. Without the darkness, you wouldn't appreciate the light. Every difficulty you faced is building a version of you that's stronger, wiser, and more capable than ever before. There's power in pain if you use it right. It can break you open, make you humble, make you grateful. It can sharpen your focus and remind you what truly matters. Pain strips away what's fake and forces you to face the truth about who you are. It teaches you patience, persistence, and perspective. When you walk through the fire, little things don't shake you anymore. When you've cried yourself to sleep and still got up the next morning to fight, you start to realize your own strength. That's when pain becomes power. You're not always gonna feel like it. There will be mornings when the alarm goes off and your body screams to stay in bed. There will be nights when you're exhausted and your mind says, just skip it today. There will be moments when motivation disappears, when the excitement you once felt fades into silence. That's when most people stop. That's when they start slipping backward, blaming their circumstances and calling it burnout. But the truth is, motivation was never meant to carry you all the way. Discipline is. Motivation is the spark, but discipline is the engine. If you only move when you feel like it, you'll never go far. You've got to learn to keep going even when every part of you wants to quit. Motivation is temporary. It comes and goes with your mood, with your energy, with your environment. Some days you'll feel unstoppable, and other days you'll wonder why you even started. That's normal. But the ones who win are those who've learned to do it anyway, to show up whether they feel like it or not. Discipline doesn't care about your emotions. Discipline says, I made a commitment and I'm keeping it. It's about consistency, not comfort. You can't build greatness on feeling. You build it on habits. Every time you choose to show up, you strengthen your discipline muscle. And one day, it becomes automatic. You don't think about it, you just do it. Because that's who you are now, someone who gets it done. Discipline is doing the work long after the mood you made the promise in has faded. It's staying late when everyone else goes home. It's putting in the reps when nobody's watching. Studying when the world is partying. It's saying no to distractions, no to distraction, no to the easy way out. You gotta make discipline your default mode, because success doesn't care about your feeling. It cares about your follow through. You can't just want it when it's convenient. You gotta want it when it's hard, when it's lonely, when it's painful. That's the difference between average and elite. The average person lets their feelings make decisions. The elite let their purpose make them. It's easy to be motivated on day one. Everyone's motivated at the start of a new dream. But motivation fades fast. The real challenge is what happens on day 50, day 100, day 300, when you're still grinding and the results are barely showing. That's when discipline steps in. Discipline says, keep going, don't stop. You're closer than you think. Every small act of discipline adds up. Wow. Every day you push yourself a little harder. You're building something permanent inside you. You're building a mindset that can't be broken by mood swings or obstacles. You're building the kind of strength. You're building the kind of strength that doesn't disappear when life gets rough. Discipline isn't glamorous. It's not loud or exciting. It's quiet, repetitive, and often boring. But it's the foundation of everything great. The gym sessions when no one's cheering. The early mornings when nobody claps for you. The late nights when nobody notices your effort. That's where champions are made. People see the highlight reel and think success just happens, but they don't see the years of discipline grind behind it. You don't need applause. You don't need validation. You just need commitment. Because when you keep showing up, even when it's hard, you're proving to yourself that you can be trusted. That's where real confidence comes from. Not from motivation, but from knowing you can depend on your own effort. You gotta train yourself to do it anyway. You're tired? Do it anyway. You're stressed? Do it anyway. You don't feel inspired? Do it anyway. Because the moment you let feelings dictate your effort, you hand over your power. Discipline means you're in control. You don't wait for inspiration. You create momentum through consistent action. That's how winners operate. They don't wait to be in the mood. They act their way into the mood. They know that feelings follow actions, not the other way around. When you start, the motivation comes. When you move, the energy shows up. The truth is, the world doesn't reward almost, it rewards results. And results come from showing up every single day, no matter how you feel. You can't get fit by going to the gym once a week. You can't master a skill by practicing when it's convenient. Success is built on repetition, doing the right thing over and over until it becomes who you are. Discipline is freedom because it removes the need to negotiate with yourself every day. You don't waste energy deciding whether to do the work. You just do it. That's the secret to consistency. You stop asking, do I feel? I start saying, and it's time to get it done. Your circle matters more than you realize. The people you keep close to you will either push you forward or pull you backward. They'll either feed your fire or slowly drain your energy until you have nothing left. No, you can't make it happen if you're surrounded by people who don't believe in growth, who don't have vision, who settle for average. If you spend your time with people who gossip, complain, and doubt everything, that negativity becomes your atmosphere, and no one can rise in a toxic environment. You can't expect to soar when you're surrounded by people who are comfortable crawling. Sometimes the biggest barrier to success isn't your ability, it's your circle. You gotta look at each spend your time with and ask yourself, do they push me to be better? Or do they keep me the same? Do they keep me the same? But because energy is contagious, you absorb the habits, attitudes, and mindsets of the people closest to you. If your friends make excuses, you'll start making excuses. If they're lazy, you'll start slowing down too. But if they're hustlers, dreamers, builders, that energy rubs off on you. Start raising your standards just by being around people who won't settle for less. That's why you can't hang around people who aren't serious about growth and expect to grow yourself. It doesn't work like that. There are people who will celebrate your success and people who will secretly hope you fail. There are people who clap when you win and people who only cheer when they're ahead of you. You've got to learn the difference. Not everyone who smiles at you wants the best for you. Some people love to see you doing good, but not better than them. That's why you need discernment. You need to protect your space. You can't share big dreams with small minds. You can't expect vision from people who've never seen beyond their own comfort zone. When you start leveling up, some people will get uncomfortable because your growth exposes their stagnation. Don't shrink to make them feel better. Keep climbing. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, who make you think bigger, who don't let you settle for less than your potential. Your potential. You need people who call you out when you're slacking, who tell you the truth even when it hurts, who push you to become the best version of yourself. Those are the real ones, the people who want to see you win because they're focused on winning too. Iron sharpens iron. You can't be sharpened by dull energy. You need people who inspire you to keep going when you're tired, who remind you why you started when you forget, who keep you accountable when life gets hard. Sometimes you got to walk away from people you love to protect the person you're becoming. It's not easy, but it's necessary. Growth requires separation. You can't evolve while staying in the same environment that made you comfortable. Some people are meant to be part of your journey, but not your destination. Doesn't mean you hate them. It means you outgrown them. You're not better than them, but you're becoming something different. You're chasing something bigger, and that means you can't be weighed down by people who aren't moving. If they can't celebrate your progress, let them go. If they drain your peace, let them go. If they don't add to your fire, they're dimming your flame. You gotta be intentional about your circle. Stop keeping company out of convenience and start choosing it based on your calling. You need to be around people who think winning is normal, who see challenges as opportunities, who speak life, not doubt. When your circle is right, you don't have to beg for motivation. It's built into the environment. Their energy fuels you. Their progress inspires you. Their consistency reminds you that discipline works. You start seeing success not as something distant, but as something achievable. That's the power of being surrounded by hustlers. It's time to do an audit of your relationships. Look at the people in your life and ask yourself, are they helping me build or helping me break? Are they watering my dream or poisoning them with negativity? Sometimes loyalty keeps you in places that your purpose is trying to pull you out of. Don't let guilt keep you stuck. You owe people love, but you don't owe them access. Not everyone deserves a front row seat to your journey. Some people belong in the audience. Some belong outside the building. Protect your peace like your future depends on it, because it does. When you're around people with vision, everything shifts. Conversations change. Instead of talking about people, you talk about ideas. Instead of complaining about problems, you discuss solutions. You start thinking differently. You stop making excuses. You start seeing what's possible. The right people make you uncomfortable in a good way. They stretch you. They hold you accountable. They make you want to show up better because you don't want to be the one slacking in the group. Success doesn't come to those who are merely interested. It belongs to those who are all in. Those who are committed beyond emotion, beyond convenience, beyond comfort. You can't just count one. You gotta crave it like air. You gotta wake up every day knowing that quitting isn't even on the list of options. When you're committed, you stop negotiating with yourself. You stop asking, what if it doesn't work? And start declaring, I'll make it work. That's what separates the dreamers from the doers. Interested people show up when it's easy. Committed people show up no matter what. Commitment means you don't back down when life gets messy. You don't fold when it gets hard. You don't let fear talk you out of your purpose. When you're committed, you see it through, tired, broke, discouraged, alone, whatever it takes. Because you understand that everything worth having comes with a cause. Dreams demand sacrifice. You can't build something great and keep all your comfort zone. You've got to let go of excuses, distractions, and sometimes even people who don't match your level of focus. You've got to decide that nothing is going to stop you. Not time, not failure, not fear. There's a different kind of power that comes when you make up your mind that you're going all in. It's like a switch flips inside you. You stop hoping and start hustling. You stop wishing and start working. You stop depending on motivation and start depending on your mission. When you commit, your mind becomes sharper. Your vision gets clearer. You don't get distracted by every obstacle because you're too locked in on where you're going. That's what commitment does. It gives you tunnel vision. You start saying no to things that don't align with your purpose. You start protecting your time, your energy, your focus, because you understand that every second counts. You can't play with your goals and expect to win big. Half effort will never produce full success. The universe doesn't reward a kinda, it rewards persistence. You gotta want it bad enough to keep going when the applause stops, when the recognition fades, when nobody's watching. Most people give up not because they can't do it, but because they stop believing it's worth it. But if you're committed, you keep moving even when progress is invisible. You understand that every small step counts. Every little effort matters. You trust the process even when you can't see the result yet. That's what faith in your grind looks like. Commitment is tested when it's inconvenient. Anybody can stay focused when everything's going right. But can you stay focused when it all goes wrong? Can you keep showing up when nothing's working, when doors are closing, when people are walking away? That's where true commitment is revealed. Because when you're really committed, you don't quit. You adjust. You don't run away from pressure. You perform under it. You find another way, another strategy, another reason to keep going. You turn obstacles into opportunities because your mind is set on the outcome. You don't stop until you get there. You've got to have that relentless mindset that says, I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how hard it gets. I'm not leaving without what I came for. It's the kind of hunger that changes lives. That's the kind of focus that breaks barriers. Too many people treat their dreams like side projects, something they'll do when they have time. But if you treat your dream like a hobby, it'll never pay you like a career. You gotta go all in. You gotta commit with your whole energy, your whole soul. There will be days when you'll question why you started. There will be moments when quitting feels easier. But those are the moments that define you. That's when you got to remind yourself why you began in the first place. Remember the pain that pushed you to change. Yeah. Remember the vision that kept you awake at night. Remember the promise you made to yourself that you wouldn't stop until you made it happen. That fire has to stay alive. You gotta feed it daily with discipline, focus, and belief. Commitment isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. You're gonna stumble, fail, and make mistakes, but that doesn't mean you stop. Failure doesn't end the story, it refines it. Every setback is just a setup for a stronger comeback. Committed people don't see failure as defeat, they see it as data. They learn, they adapt, and they keep pressing forward. That's why they win. because they don't let temporary losses make them forget the long-term mission. If you want something great, you gotta be willing to give something great. You gotta give your time, your energy, your sleep, your comfort. There's no easy path to extraordinary. Every champion priced that most people weren't willing to pay. They sacrificed comfort for purpose, convenience for consistency, and distraction for destiny. That's what commitment looks like in real life. It's not glamorous. It's not pretty. It's early mornings, long nights and lonely hours spent perfecting your craft while the world sleeps. But that's the price of greatness, and if you're truly committed, you'll pay it gladly.